I was just browsing on itch.io and I came across this asset, this map tile sheet, which I thought was a lot more vibrant and better suited for the game I'm trying to build. Essentially, I'm trying to build a game that is like Pokemon, like monster training inspired kind of game. And then, yeah, again, I thought this was like super awesome tile sheet. So I wanted to go ahead and download it and let's take a look. So the tile sheet looks like this. And yeah, I thought this was just perfect for my game. I guess the version I got is like free version. There's probably a more better paid version. So it's got view bundle. Let's take a look at that. Okay, cool. So it's got a lot of stuff here. Wow. So it's got like fishing stuff. It's got like monsters. Interesting. Wow. Okay. How does this work? Okay, so this is what they look like. Cool. And you can do fishing. Man, I love this asset. It looks so sweet. Yeah, I'm tempted, but you know what? Let me just go ahead and use the demo version for now. And then we can maybe, if we like the direction that the game's heading, then maybe we can invest more and buy the actual bundle. So going back to my download page, so all the stuff that I have, so they're roughly 16 by 16. Cool, got it. So I'll go ahead and save this file to my download. And then we're gonna go back to the game that we were building. Where are you? I think it's this game. All right, yeah. So we found it. We'll do the same thing again where we go to configuration, go on there. We're gonna go to the maps. We're gonna change the tile sheet. We'll upload the file right here. And then this is going to be 16 by 16 is the tile width and height. Oh, save. It's gonna ask us to republish the game. Go ahead and do that. All right, cool. We got the new tile sheet. We're gonna have to repaint the whole map. I'll go to map and then let me just delete the whole thing. We'll click on clear layer and let's paint the whole floor as green. And then we can have the edges like this. Brush size, that. Yeah, we're still working on this feature. But anyway, let me just go ahead and add some characteristic map. It's not just all plain green. And then maybe I'll paint the outside as the third color. Perfect. Good. Okay. And then what I'll do is, yeah, this will do for now. Maybe I'll add like a few things, bend that a bit, that. But yeah, essentially, I think this good as is. Cool. Right. Whoops. Did I use the wrong? Oh no, I used the wrong layer. God damn it. Okay, my bad. I'm gonna have to get rid of these. Like go back to the floor layer. Then yeah, I'll put some of these characteristics onto the grass. There you go. So it's not just a plain green. So let's make the balls that contains the monsters. So I did a quick search on their Pokemon on itch.io, and there's a bunch of assets that I can use. Let me see. These all look quite nice. Wow. Free 35 monsters. How awesome is that? Got some items there. Okay, so these are in 3D. I can't quite use this. Keep on browsing. Worst case, I could just draw my own. Not really that sophisticated. I'll just go ahead and draw something for now, and then we can replay, right? How are we doing? Oh, what's going on? Why did that whole? Oh yeah, that, and then the top portion can be white. Well, let's start with this, and then improve it over time. Yeah, it looks good to me. I'll save this as Pokeball. All right, and let's actually implement it to the game. So we're gonna go back to the game we're working on. And what I'll do is I'll change the gun into the Pokeball. And I'm gonna upload the asset from the computer there. And I'll also change the body size from 11 to 50 to 16 to 15. That's the dimension. And actually, how it's held from the unit also should change. If you take a look at it right now, it's held up in the top, like above the unit's head. We want this bit closer to the unit, so I'll change the unit anchor to 0. You can see now, you can see like it's held around the unit, but it's quite far from the unit too. So I'm gonna bring it a little closer, and that's done by changing this value to, let's say, 20. And then you'll see that the item is much closer to the unit. Now, the reason that it's pink square is because the asset has not been loaded to the game yet, so I'll have to republish it. Let me go ahead and do that. And now you can see that our character is carrying the Pokeball. Now, he's firing a bullet still, right? And it's not what we want. We want him to throw the ball onto the ground, and then the monster would spawn, right? So what I'll do is I'll change the bullet to look exactly like the ball. And the way we can do that is I'll click on this ball, right click on it, and then I'll copy the URL of the image, even apply, and then we'll go back to the bullet and we'll click on the bullet, upload from computer, but instead of actually uploading the image, I'll paste the URL of the Pokeball and submit it. As you can see, now it's here. Body type, make sure the dimension is 16 by 16, save. And now what that's gonna do is it will now fire Pokeballs. We want to just fire one, right? And then the ball would disappear out of the character's hand, and then it will land on the ground and then spawn something. We'll go back to the bullet. One thing is that the bullet has a constant speed and it just continues to travel, definitely. And it spawns a bit further away from the unit, as you can see. So we'll make that so that it spawns closer as well. Let's change both of those. For the item, and so there are two items and two things with the same image now. One's an item and the other one is the projectile. I'll remove this inventory icon just so we can both see the right image for these assets. But yeah, so we'll go to weapon, and then you can actually determine the distance away from the item where the projectile is gonna spawn right here. It says bullet start position. So I'll change that to 20, and that will spawn the projectile closer to the unit from the unit, and you have to go number 2 and back to number 1 to show the item. Anyway, now when I fire, it's a lot closer to the item. And the next thing I'm going to change is to add a bit of a linear damping, which basically means like the rate of slowing down for the projectile. So it doesn't just like constantly move at a constant speed. So we're going to go to the bullet and we'll look at the body type. And then I can see that it's got 0 linear damping. So if I were to set this as number 1, take a look at what happens. It will gradually slow down. We'll make it slow down even faster. So let's increase the damping number from 1 to, I don't know, 3. And then while at it, I do want this item to spawn closer. So we'll go to weapon, and then bullet start position. Let's set it at, I don't know, 10. All right, so now, there you go. That's a lot more like it. Okay, cool. So now that we have Pokeballs, let's make it so it spawns a monster. So what I'll do is I'll create a unit, okay? I'll create a new unit, call it a top-down unit, right-click, new unit, and we'll choose a platformer unit. And then there were a bunch of assets that I could choose from. Yeah, these were pretty sweet. Oh, they're so awesome. But it doesn't really fit with the asset style or the art style that we currently have. Let's take a look at some of the other game arts. These are pretty nice. Yeah, these ones, they're lacking the stroke, the color outside, or sorry, like the lines outside of the art. Are there more? I remember seeing one that had like over 100 different monsters. Is this it? Okay, so this is it. Okay, this one has 50 monsters. Let's take a look. Yeah, these, love how they look. Really nice, but again, they lack in the strokes, and I really like the art style. You know what? Let me try these actually. Let me go ahead and download some of these, and then we'll go from there. The license is you can use modify assets for commercial purposes. Credit is not required, but would be appreciated. Thank you for that. I will definitely consider. I'm covering you on my YouTube video. So this is from Akoro. Follow Akoro, guys. But yeah, I downloaded the files. Let's take a look. These are the base. And are there like any that are animated? Okay, maybe not. Okay, that's fine. Gosh, I'll just use this guy as our like placeholder monster that we'll work with. Let me go ahead and trim them. And we'll save it. Monster PNG. Save. Cool. All right, now we are gonna go back to the game, and we're gonna, yeah, so we're about to create a unit, right? So we're gonna upload the image, and that monster that we just downloaded, we'll use that. I see that it's 20, was it 20 by 80? 21 by 18. That's the original dimension. Looks okay to me. We're gonna enable AI. So we have this built-in AI system. So you can go to AI tab, enable AI. And we'll just make it so it like wanders around. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, and then the next thing I'll do, wait, let me name this default monster save. The next thing I'm gonna do is the projectiles have the expire like a lifespan built in. Anyways, let's make it so the unit would spawn. So what I'll do is I'll go into the projectile, so the ball projectile. I will open its script. The script will get triggered when this entity initiates destroy event. And when that happens, we are going to create a unit. We'll create a unit, the default monster that we just created. Let's just create it for AI player for now at a position. The position is going to be the position of this projectile. So this entity facing 0 degrees. Okay. We'll save it and apply it. And let's take a look at what happens now when I throw this. It gets destroyed and this thing pops up. Again, we can't really see the sprite because the game hasn't loaded it yet, so we'll have to republish the game. But actually, right before that, I do realize that it's small. So let me make it just a little bigger. We'll make it, instead of 21 by 18, we'll double it, 42 by 36. And if you look at player type NPCs, they show the name label. So we'll set that as false because we don't want to show the name label. We'll save this and then let's republish the game. See what happens. All right, so now I'm gonna throw this Pokeball. And the monster spawns. Look at that. And it's also alive. Look at that. It's got the mind of its own. It's got the AI enabled. Yeah, found a whole bunch of them. I don't know how sustainable this is. This really shouldn't be the case. The way it should work is that I should only have one Pokeball, and when I throw that, it should become a monster, and I shouldn't be able to do it again. So here, I'll change the ball. So right now it's got some crazy quantities, but we'll just set it so there's only one quantity. Maximum quantity 1, default quantity 1. And also let's go to the extra tab. And then when the quantity is empty, we're gonna destroy the item. Save, and let's try again. We're gonna save and republish. All right, so now take a look. If I were to use this item, it should disappear from my inventory. Here we go. Okay, look at that, now it's gone, right? And I don't have the balls anymore. I'm gonna eventually have to capture my Pokemon again, somehow. I haven't really thought about it that far, but we'll work on that in the follow-up tutorial. But yeah, the game's shaping up. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next tutorial video. Have a good one.